Okay, this meeting has been called to order. We'll start by taking a roll. Jamie Schrabeck,
Present.
Stephen Rowland, myself, Steve Hunt, and it looks like we're missing Jim Felton and Jusik Choi. So 3 is all we need for a quorum, so we can proceed. So if you'll join me in standing and taking a moment of silence. There's a lot going on in our country right now, and let's reflect, and then we'll say the Pledge of Allegiance together. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, special presentations.
We ready?
Let's do it.
All right. So the first presentation is our Public Works accomplishments for the year 2025, calendar year. Actually, 1 month before that, I started December 2nd, 2024. So 13 months worth of accomplishments here on this letter. And in front of you is a draft letter to the City Council, Public Works Commission, and City Manager. I'll just go ahead and read it if that's okay. Words cannot describe the absolute honor and privilege it has been to serve as Public Works Director for the City of Marina. I am deeply grateful for the support of city staff, the community, City Council. Our Public Works team, including partnering consultants, has demonstrated knowledge, versatility, and a steadfast commitment to advancing the quality of life for Marina residents. Upon beginning this role, I set 3 primary goals for the first year. Number 1 was to assess all protocols, systems, and staffing. Number 2, to advance organizational development. And 3, revive stagnant projects. These priorities framed our work and provided focus for measurable progress across operations and projects. One of the most important shifts this year has been cultural. We've moved away from the mindset of, well, we've always done it this way, toward a culture of continuous improvement. Staff at all levels have embraced opportunities to streamline processes, update protocols, and adopt best practices. This cultural change is now embedded in daily operations and has improved responsiveness and project delivery. When I started, the department lacked several key positions: staff engineers, construction management, and a botanist to guide landscape and sensitive species protection. I am pleased to report significant progress. We have hired a staff city engineer, Scott Shepard here. He's hired and onboarded. We hired, that's why this is a draft. I wrote this in December. We hired an assistant engineer. He is started, onboarded. Today is his 4th day as an employee of the City of Marina. So he has started. The administrative assistant, that is going to change. I found out today that we completed her background check and physical. Of course, she passed with flying colors, but decided that she's going to stay where she is and not accept the position. So that was a bit of a punch in the gut this afternoon. So we will start that process over and try to bring a administrative assistant in as soon as possible. The recruitment for a botanist has been initiated, and with these additions, the department will soon be at full staff. Filling these roles will strengthen technical capacity, construction oversight, and environmental stewardship, enabling more efficient project delivery and better service to the community. I've spent the past year assessing our CIP, Capital Improvement Program. And this comprehensive assessment has identified multiple long stalled projects. We have projects that have had funding for 5, 6, 7 years, possibly longer, but there's been no movement. So some of those budgets are now insufficient to complete the scope of the work. So to address these funding gaps, we will pursue a combination of strategies. Number 1 is to actively seek grants and external funding. Number 2, reprioritize projects to focus on safety and high impact work, concentrate available funds on top priority projects, and postpone lower priority items until sustainable funding is secured. Despite funding challenges, many projects have been revived, and we've actually completed and moved quite a lot. Several are in design, others are out to bid, and a number of projects have been completed. Our prioritization has emphasized public safety and projects tied to outside or developer funding, enabling progress where it delivers the greatest community benefit. Looking ahead, our priorities for 2026 are strategy development, which this commission will play a large role in, organizational transformation, and community connection. Under strategic planning, that's actually our next item on this agenda. Beginning in March, we will initiate long-range goal setting with the Public Works Commission, followed by staff-driven implementation planning. Organizational transformation guided by Public Works PRIDE, which is just an acronym for professionalism, responsiveness, integrity, dedication, and environmental stewardship. We will align training, performance expectations, and service delivery around these pillars. We also plan to focus on community connection. We've started some of that in the past year, but this current year, we want to really explore an annual Public Works open house during National Public Works Week, which is always in May, the latter part of May. We want to partner with Marina High School to promote Public Works careers and just to provide mentoring opportunities for students, possibly internship hours or career job shadow days, and increase resident engagement through the Marina Connect app to strengthen civic pride. I'm grateful for the collaboration and dedication of our staff, volunteers, and partners. I'm confident that with our strengthened team, focused strategy, and renewed commitment to continuous improvement, we will continue to enhance the quality of life for Marina residents. A good reminder of the meaning behind our careers in public service and our responsibilities to our city can be found in the Athenian Oath, which states, "We will never bring disgrace on this our city by an act of dishonesty or cowardice. We will fight for the ideals and sacred things of the city, both alone and with many. We will revere and obey the city's laws and will do our best to incite a like reverence and respect in those above us who are prone to annul them or to set them at naught. We will strive unceasingly to quicken the public sense of civic duty." And I love the last sentence. "Thus, in all these ways, we will transmit this city not only, not less, but greater and more beautiful than it was transmitted to us." And as a group, that's what we all should be doing. And it's in this spirit that the following accomplishments are presented. And the next 2 pages there, we won't go through everything. You can in your own time, but I'll go through at least the bold sections. In strategic planning in past cities I've worked at, these are long-range goals that we came up with. And number 1 was aggressive grant funds procurement. We've already contracted with a grant writing company to help us out with that. We've submitted 2 grant applications so far, and we have plans for at least 5 or 6 this year. Superior capital project delivery. I've been striving for years with a goal of completing all capital projects on time and under budget. And it's not easy to do, especially stepping into manage projects that were started before me. But that's a goal, and that's something that our staff at Public Works are going to fight really hard to achieve. There's a list of several projects here, and remember, this is draft. I need to add a whole bunch more projects that we have moved. Strategic future planning is another main goal. We have implemented facility life cycle modeling. And so what that is, we have a company that's I haven't seen their schedule yet, but they should be out here soon. And they're going to assess all of our facilities and help us to put together long-range facility maintenance planning. This company specializes in life cycle modeling, which means what we will get as a deliverable from their work is we will know when we need to replace windows in every building. We will know when we need to have money set aside for doorknob replacement and every little thing in every building that we own, so that we don't end up in the future with facilities like the one that we're sitting in today. And in 2026, we plan to have street sign inventory and assessment and a street light inventory assessment, as well as others that we work together to identify and move forward. We have worked hard on improved operational efficiency, and in your time, you can review some of those items there. So we've accomplished a lot in the past year. We have done this with very limited staffing, and I expect to move a lot more projects forward now that we have a solid city engineer. So I know you met Scott just before the meeting started, but Scott comes to us with 15 years of engineering experience. He has done everything from, starting at the bottom right out of college to managing engineering teams and even regions. So he comes to us with a lot of experience. He's worked on projects that range from a small sidewalk replacement to large capital improvement projects worth several tens of millions of dollars, and he's been part of those teams. He's got experience in traffic engineering, civil design, a little bit of structural experience as well. So we're very blessed to have somebody that wanted to come work for us and wanted to relocate and bring to us all this experience. More importantly, he's a genuinely nice guy, friendly, and just loves everybody. So to me, that says a lot more. And then Lisandro here has, how long did you work for us as an intern? Yeah, so he worked for the city of Marina in the past as an intern while he was going to junior college, and then he went off to finish his degree at Sacramento State, came back, and when he was ready to graduate, he came to us and said, "Hey, I'm graduating. You guys gonna have any openings?" And we finally had one, reached out to him. He said, "I'm applying," and did everything he could to come back and work for City of Marina. Longtime resident of Seaside, went to school in Monterey High. So he's a local and loves the area. So we're very pleased to have him. And just like Scott, great attitude, really nice guy, fun to hang out with. So we appreciate that. The other sheet that I left you is a CIP project update. And this is as of February 3rd. Very simple sheet for you to look at. We have project number, project name, project status, and that's it. So you can go through this and you can see which projects we have started, which ones are under design, which ones are complete. And I will be looking at that a lot more in the next week and finalizing the letter and all the accomplishments from 2025. And we'll send you all that in an email so that you have the final. And that's it for this particular item. Any questions, comments? We haven't met for a while, so feel free to ask anything.
One quick question regarding the CIP list is, and I haven't downloaded the Marina Connect app. I'm going to do that tonight.
Mhm.
Are these on the app?
No.
Is there a place to keep track of the status of these online somewhere?
There, not yet.
Okay.
We're working with another company, Tripepi Smith, to update our Public Works website. Actually, the entire city website, every page on it. Once we update it, one of the goals is to have a capital improvements CIP web page, and all projects will be constantly updated on there. So
Thank you.
mhm.
How many people had left during the past year? You had mentioned the new hires, and that's wonderful. Just out of curiosity.
The only one I can think of that left is Michelle. Yeah, just Michelle. All of our maintenance staff have been here since before I started, except for the new positions we opened up. We have one new hire. We're going to hire 2 new people, which these are new positions that council approved in this current year budget. Everybody else has been here. Nobody else has left. When I started, we just didn't have them. So
Wonderful. And then one other question. You had mentioned that you were able to take and keep inventory of, you had mentioned windows and other
Mhm.
facilities. How is that going to be maintained?
So what we will do once it's complete, we will work with council to determine a budget that council feels good about. And that's going to be an ongoing budget. Right now, if council was to say, let's spend $500,000 a year on facility maintenance, because some of our facilities are in such bad shape that $500,000 wouldn't go very far. Once we know what we have, we'll be better able to provide council with a recommendation on the amount of money we need annually. And yeah, we'll have a schedule and a budget and move that forward.
Then lastly, I believe this is a fantastic document. I'm thrilled to see the projects and the status of the projects. And you've really done an exceptional first year.
Thank
I
you.
hope that you'll stay with us for a long time.
I don't plan to go anywhere for at least until I retire. My
Which
plan is to retire here.
10 years or more, right?
We will see. Yeah.
Thank you. again.
Yeah, we'll see. I love Marina and love Public Works. I don't plan to go anywhere until I retire. Any other comments or questions? Even just, you just want to discuss projects, feel free.
You might want to add that we're having more consistent meetings as part of
Yes.
your accomplishments because we're
Yeah.
trying to stay on track.
Yeah. Well, I will say this, now that we have help, if I'm sick or on vacation, these guys are still gonna keep this meeting going. If they're out, I'm still gonna keep the meeting going. So that's been our hangup is if Michelle took vacation, I didn't have anybody to help with the meeting. If if I went to Oregon to see my grandson, we didn't have a meeting. So we have the staff now. I'm also gonna get our public works superintendent to start coming to these. I already talked to him about it, so he'll be prepared for that. This way you have access to talk to the person in charge of all the operational things going on in town. Yeah, so very exciting.
Since you offered, could you give us just a quick update on 3 of the park projects, the
Dunes,
Jean-
Sea Haven and Preston,
well,
or
actually,
Gloria Jean?
Gloria Jean.
Okay. Yes. So Gloria Jean Tate is it's nearing completion. What's slowing us down, we had planned to open that park up by May at the latest. And that's our project complete. But Marina Coast Water District also has a project they're working on that is they have right of way on the north side of our park. They are replacing they're upgrading a sewer lift station and replacing a sewer main that they have there. For them to have access to their project, our project is there's a portion of our project that's on hold. So the last time I was updated on that project a couple months ago, we were told that the project will be substantially completed by May, and then the rest of it would have to wait until September. MCWD's project is moving a lot faster than expected. So this is not public yet, but right now we're hopeful that the entire park will be open in May. That park is going to have a ton of amenities. It's going to be a draw for a lot of residents.
If it doesn't open, in other words, if MCWD is not done, will they open part of it, or are we waiting
Yes.
for MCWD to?
No, we will still open the park in May. And the part that will not be accessible is we need to leave an opening for construction trucks to go in and out of our parking lot. So some parking area will be blocked off. And then they will come in, make a right turn, and where we plan to put our gazebo, and that will have to wait until their trucks are done. So worst comes to worst, the entire park except for the gazebo and some of the parking will be open, and then those things will open in May.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sea Haven, if it's not out to bid today, it will be tomorrow. So we hope to have some good bids on that. Our estimates are actually a lot lower than our budget. So we should be able to build the park full scope if the estimates are correct. And and have some savings at the end of the project. That project, we're putting it out to bid for 6 weeks. So that puts us at the end of March. We will probably take it to council to authorize to award the project to a contractor in late April or first meeting in May. And normally a contractor will start within 30 to 60 days. So Sea Haven could break ground as early as June. Mhm.
And do we know what the forecasted construction period will be?
That park, the schedule we have is 14 months, but it's probably going to be 10 or so months to complete that. Weather affects that, but we're expecting about a 10-month project.
Great.
There's not as many amenities in that park as there is at Gloria Jean Tate or as is planned for Dunes. But because it's in the neighborhood, it's a little bit different. But it's still going to be a very active park. There will be a 9-hole disc golf course, a dog park. We are planning 8 pickleball courts that are far from homes. So yeah, we're hoping to not get complaints about the noise like Carmel did. There's also going to be an awesome playground and picnic areas, walking path around the park. It's a 19-acre park. It's a big park. So somebody wants to just walk around the park a few times and get their mile or two in, they'll be able to do that. And there's a lot of natural habitat area. So yeah, the perimeter of the park is going to be natural habitat. It's going to be a really beautiful park. The Dunes Park, we've had a little bit of a frustration with that. When I started, the park was at, there was a landscape design firm. They submitted to us 65% complete design. It's probably closer to 20% complete, to be honest with you. It was in bad shape. They had a lot more work to do. So we canceled our contract with that company and we issued an award for that contract to the Wallace Group. And the Wallace Group does beautiful park projects all up and down the state. They've done a very good job taking that over. Their design got to 95% complete, beautiful design, tons of amenities, but the construction estimates for those were more than double the amount that we have. So we have $10.2 million for that park, and estimates for full build out were 27 million, including phase 2. So we scaled back some of the amenities and we are working with council to determine what they want to see in a phase 1 project of around $13 million. So right now, I don't know what's going to be in there other than the inclusive playground, which is the foundation of that park. Really, it's the backbone, the anchor for that park. I don't know if council's going to want tennis courts over pickleball courts or picnic area over pickleball and tennis courts. We don't know what their priority is going to be. We also don't know if council's going to say, you know what, I want you to find $10 million more and build the first phase and completion. So we will know more when we meet with council on the 18th or 19th. So there's one more park we're working on. And since it's on this list, we can talk about it. It's on the agenda. Preston Park, we have ball fields there. We have 2 ball fields, one baseball field and one softball field. And then we have one utility field. It's used for soccer and youth football. We want to expand that. This community is in dire need of additional sports fields. So we have a conceptual design that expands. What we're going to do is take the one soccer field and from there go south. We're looking at a design that will yield 3 soccer fields and 2 additional, one baseball and one softball diamond. So we'll have 2 baseball diamonds, 2 softball diamonds, 1 U10 soccer field, which is for the little guys, and a U12 or 14, which is for a little older, just before junior high. So we'll have 3 soccer fields instead of 1. We're going to have additional parking, playground, restrooms, snack area, and we're going to make improvements to what's existing because it's out of compliance with ADA laws. So the sloped entryway is too steep. In and out of the dugouts does not meet ADA requirements, and we want to make all those improvements as well as just some beautification stuff. The existing parking lot doesn't have any landscaping around it. We're already here, so $20,000 more in plants would really beautify that existing parking lot.
Have you been able to work with community members who have strong opinions about the designs for that particular
So-
facility?
So we are going to take what we have right now to council and see if they're the problem with starting all over is that when I got here, we already had a conceptual design for that park. Unfortunately, the consultant that did that, they put together a conceptual design that really assumes there's flat land out there, which it isn't. It's rolling foothills. So the design we have now takes that into account and arranges the new ball fields and all of the expansion in such a way that we can cut off the high areas, fill in some low areas with that existing dirt. We don't have to bring dirt in. We don't have to haul dirt out. We're trying not to build so many stem walls or retaining walls. The more retaining walls we have to build, that's an expense that doesn't benefit the young athletes at all. So we have a really good design right now. And I am fearful that once it goes to public, we get enough feedback that they ask for it to be changed, and now our $10 million concept turns into another $18-20 million project. So we'll do our best to encourage people to agree with the existing design. But we are going to meet with, to answer your question, we are going to meet with the sporting groups in town, the baseball clubs, the soccer clubs, the football clubs, the school district, and get everybody's feedback. I heard that there's a group that wants only baseball fields at Preston and soccer fields somewhere else. That's now you're building 2 parks. I'm not sure that we. Hopefully, that's not where we end up being forced to go. But what we have right now is I should have brought it. I printed it out and left it at home. Next meeting, remind me, we'll bring that Preston Park concept to you guys. Did I send it to you, didn't I? Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, go ahead and. So we're gonna have to do something different with these cameras. When I look at this, I can see the bald spot on the back of my head, and
I felt the same thing. I was like,
Yeah. Yeah, we need it. Yeah, I need to put some tape on that. While he's pulling that up, any other questions on projects or anything? Another project we have out to bid right now is the phase 4 of our street resurfacing projects. We'll make sure to bring that to you as well, so you see which streets are going to get treatments. That's the project that will restripe a lot of our roads. And as we restripe the roads, because we just changed a lot of speed limits, we plan to put the speed limit on pavements. So you're driving in the lane, you see, it's now 35 miles an hour or 25 or whatever it is.
So I have a question. Under transportation projects, downtown vitalization implementation, can you give a brief explanation as to what that is?
So there's a lot that goes into that. When we have a downtown vitalization plan, not revitalization, because there's no downtown right now. So basically what we want to do is build a downtown. the plan is to make some street improvements to Reservation Road and Del Monte Boulevard to make it more so that it facilitates a downtown environment, get a lot of parking, work with business owners to make improvements to their facilities, beautification on the shoulders on Del Monte and Reservation, the medians. That's pretty much what that is. There is no funding for it per se. It's something that's going to be long-term. We do have funding for the downtown, for the Del Monte and Reservation intersection improvements. There's some money for that. We have money for the Del Monte Boulevard median landscape demonstration. And that's completely re-landscaped and designed medians for Del Monte Boulevard. Everything got put on hold because we are going out to the business owners. We don't want to spend money on a project and then as it starts, we get all these business owners come out and say, no, that's not going to work for us. So we want to include them in the planning process and move that forward. But it's a long-term goal to have a downtown in Marina, or at least some semblance of a downtown.
I do recall that, which is why this has piqued my curiosity. Also, there was talk of lane diets for Del Monte Boulevard, and
Yeah.
I had concerns about that. That road's pretty busy as it is and only continues to get more busy with additional residents. And my concern was that it wouldn't be able to handle the amount of traffic. And then if there were an accident or a disabled vehicle, how would emergency vehicles be able to access? Is that still in the works or still being discussed?
That is still in the works. That is actually part of the Del Monte Boulevard. There's two things. There's the landscape demonstration. We need to improve the medians. There is still a plan to go from 2 lanes down to 1 in a section of that. But that cannot be done until roundabouts are put in place of traffic signals. And the models that our traffic engineers have used. So if you have a roundabouts and single lanes, you move more vehicles than 2 lanes with traffic signals, because traffic signals are stopping everybody for 90 seconds at a time. It starts to back up. So the traffic models show that we can go down to 1 lane, have parking and bike lanes and really beautiful landscape on our shoulders. Just a really nice downtown look, and move more traffic than we're moving now. So if you saw and I'm sure this is part of your concern, the work that MST is doing there on Del Monte, and when they shut down that 1 lane and affected those traffic signals, traffic was backed up clear to Reservation and into the intersection at Reservation. With a roundabout, that doesn't happen. So traffic keeps moving. Yesterday, we had a traffic signal go out completely. So you have all 4 legs are dark. People not knowing when to go. We set out 4-way stop signs while it got fixed. When it got fixed, the stop signs were still there. So now you have a green light and a stop sign. With a roundabout, you never, ever get any calls. You just pull weeds once a month in roundabout. So.
Very good. Thank you.
Mhm. And if this commission would like a presentation by our traffic engineers to show those calculations and how the roundabouts work, we can schedule that this year. It would just be an educational presentation, since there's no decisions on that. But I think you'll enjoy it. It's pretty interesting.
I would like that. I certainly would like my peers to be allayed.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
thank you.
absolutely. So Scott pulled up that's the conceptual design. You can see the lighter colored ball fields at the top. Those are the existing ball fields. The existing parking at the top. And what we will do is the two side streets on Preston, they're on the left side of the screen. There's two entrances. They align with the current streets that are there. And you can get traffic in and out of that parking lot. Parking lot, I don't remember how many stalls are there. It's an additional 70 something stalls, if I remember right. You can see the additional two ball fields. The outfield overlaps three of the soccer fields. So we'll have to put out a fence during baseball and softball season and then remove that. They make them that way, so it's actually easy to do. And then during soccer and football season, the three soccer fields are available. Right in the middle of the two new baseball diamonds is the new restroom. There's a artificial turf area for, you can have your toddler out there playing while his older brother or sister is playing baseball or soccer. And then we have new playground and picnic area, and that is right at there we go. Scott's got his cursor on that. So there used to be a playground at Preston Park, and it got so badly rusted and deteriorated, it was removed and has never been replaced, and this project will replace that. And then in addition, all the ADA upgrades to the existing portions of the park will be done. And you can see those in there on the new ADA configuration walkway from the ADA, the handicap stalls up to the entryway. And this takes into account where the new fields are expanding, the land is already high. A little too high, so we'll cut some of it off and fill in the lower areas. But with this here, the topography that exists won't be changed as much as it would be if we did something different with the configuration.
Did you mention there was a snack bar at this location?
There's an existing snack bar already. And so we have walkways leading people to the existing snack bar.
Oh, okay.
But then there's a new, the snack bar will get some improvements, but there's a new restroom in between the two ball fields, the two new ball fields. So there'll be restrooms, two restrooms at that facility.
The soccer fields, will they be turf or lawn?
They're going to be lawn. Yeah. Yes, they'll be lawn.
Earlier, you had mentioned Windy Hill, that park had been, the equipment had been replaced, and you had mentioned bathroom addition.
Windy Hill, I believe the bathroom, do you remember when it's going to be delivered? May. Yeah, it should be installed in May. So that engineering firm is finalizing the design. We'll put that out to bid very soon.
Very good.
Any questions?
I think we're good.
All right. The next item is really just to discuss, give you information on the strategic planning process and what I need from this commission for that. In the letter that I have for Lane, like I said, there's four huge overarching goals there that I've used in the past, and we'll talk to this commission about keeping those four, or adding some. We usually try to stick with 5 or less big goals. We're going to ask you what you want to see out of Public Works. And then once we establish those larger areas, we're going to ask you exactly what that means to you. So aggressive grant funds procurement, what does that mean to you? You want to see us submit 10, 12 grants a year? You want to see a list of grants and we bring them to you and for ideas, whatever you say. We just need feedback. It's easy for us to get into this mode where this is what we do for a living. So we just do what we've been taught and what our experience has taught us. And sometimes when we do that, we're disconnected from what the public would like to see. And so as representatives of the public, we just want your input. we want you to help us formulate those larger goals and think 5 years from now, what does aggressive grant funds procurement look like? I was Public Works Director for 5 years for the city of Danville. We procured $50 million in 5 years. Well, let's set that goal, $10 million a year, and let's push for it. You know, we need to set goals, and so you'll be a part of that. Once you give us that larger direction, then we're going to meet with staff and we're going to say, okay, how can we achieve the goals that our commissioners have set for us? Once we have a plan together, we will set objectives, we will set tasks, put ourselves on a plan to reach those in 5 years. And we will come to you with that plan and say, this is where we are, and you're welcome to provide more input. Once we have a plan established, that's what we're going to do all year long, and for the next 5 years. We update the goals every year. We update the tasks every year, and we do everything we can to stay on task to achieve our 5-year goals. It's a fun process. It's a way of putting blinders on a horse, so to speak. Keep us from stop us from looking at the stuff that comes up all the time. You know, the things that aren't really as important as those big goals. And not that we stop caring about little things like a pothole. That's still very important, but keeps us headed toward a common goal that we've worked on together. So it's a great process. And what I really need from you today, and we don't have the other 2 members, so I'm not sure what, maybe we bring this back next month to schedule something, but do you want to have schedule a Saturday meeting for April? So instead of having the first Thursday, it's the first Saturday. We meet at the airport and in their conference room and have a 4-hour discussion. We'll have some food brought in or snacks or something. Do you want to just do this in 30 minutes during the next Public Works Commission meeting and limit our time? That's kind of what I need to hear from you today. What you'd like, and you don't. If you want us to bring this back next month and give you a month to think about it, that's fine too. But yeah, we just want to know how you want that first planning session to go.
I like your suggestion of doing a Saturday and having more time. I think the constraint on time when we haven't done this, well, I haven't done this process before. I would prefer that. And then also having it be earlier in the day when I'm fresher.
Yeah. So 10 to 2, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We can break at 12 o'clock for, do you want a full meal? Do you want snacks? Yeah. Is pizza good? Do you want us to? Yeah.
I think it would be one of those things that it would be only effective if all of us could be there. So since only 60% of us are here, I don't know what we can do. Do we need to wait until our next meeting to try to loop in the other 2 commissioners to see if perhaps that first weekend, April would work for them, or bring it up during the March meeting and hope that they show up?
So if the 3 of you agree on doing something on a Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. works for the 3 of you, we'll work to reach out to the other 2 commissioners via email separately, and so we don't violate any Brown Act laws. And if that works for them, we'll send one email to everybody saying the April meeting is going to be at the airport on this date from 10 to 2, and we'll ask you for food ideas. So.
Do we want to look at a date now?
Yeah, so my recommendation would be the first Saturday, the Saturday after the first Thursday. This way it's the same week that our normal meeting would be on. So April would be, the first Thursday is the 2nd. April 4th would be, let me see when Easter is. Okay, Easter is the 5th, the very next day. So maybe the following week, the 11th.
Either date works for me.
Likewise.
Okay, then that's what we'll do. We'll reach out to the other 2 commissioners and see if April 4th works for them. And we will discuss it again next month. When we
Should
meet.
should we, tentatively plan on the fourth? then?
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, let's tentatively plan for that. And we'll reach out to the other two commissioners and see where they are on that.
Yeah, this would be a public meeting.
This is going to be a public meeting, yes. So we would do exactly what we're doing now, but once we open up and we get to the planning, then it becomes a little bit more of a casual discussion as opposed to a formal one. Yeah, we did it during budget and we had probably 10 members of the public and it gave them an opportunity to just to talk, give their feedback on budget items. So we'll do the same thing for this.
I've got it. Got it in the calendar. Okay, excellent.
Those are the only two items that we have. You want to continue discussion on any of them, that's fine. You can, if there's anything else, this is not on the agenda, but if there's anything else that you would like to see this coming year in terms of how we run this meeting, love to hear any recommendations or suggestions.
The only thing that I could think of, the last meeting that I attended, I might have missed one. We were brought some information about the parking lot here and we were asked to vote on it. And I think we were bombarded, I know I was bombarded with information that I wasn't really prepared to receive. And then asked to make a decision, right then and there on the spot. As I recall, I dissented because wheels just needed to go forward. Everybody else wanted the wheels to go forward. So I would like to avoid that situation from ever happening again. So if we have something like that we need to vote on, I think it's imperative that we are prepared before we sit down here to vote on something and really understand. That way we can, when we have a panel of people, we can ask, intelligent questions, not questions that came up because information has just been, passed to us. So yeah, anything we could do to help with that situation would be great.
Yeah. So moving forward, one thing we're going to do is include, even if they're in draft form, staff reports on for every item that we bring. So you get to read ahead of time. So for example, with that, you would have had the staff report from the planning commission or from the planning department. You read through it before the meeting, you know a little bit more about what goes on. But I do want to say this also, there is nothing wrong with this commission saying, you know what, I would really like to not vote on this today. Can we discuss it again next month? Nothing wrong with that. That item is just barely being implemented. It after you saw it, it went to council. They kind of ignored it. We moved it. It wasn't a hurry up item. So always feel free. We're partners together to try to make things happen for the city. And there's nothing wrong with saying, I'm not ready to discuss this right now, and asking the other commissioners, since in this case, you felt very strongly about it, nothing wrong with you saying, I'd like to ask the commission if we could table this and discuss it again next month.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we will absolutely do what we can to facilitate that for you.
So I would like to second Steve's proposal because I would rather do my homework ahead of time and be prepared to make comments rather than be surprised and not be able to fully understand what the issues are and make informed decisions. That would be saving everybody's time and you'll get better results from the commission.
Sure, I agree.
And is that it for you, sir?
That's it for me.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Nicely done. Yes, that is absolutely the next item on the agenda. Special announcements and communication from from the public. I just noticed a very funny, spelling error. Here, I'll share it with my fellow commissioners. You know, public comment. We won't need to say that out loud. A certain letter missing. Anyway, so, uh, anyway, is there any public comment? No? Okay, very good. And then we're going to defer the, approval of the minutes since we don't have them, right? Okay. We're done. All right, thank you. We're adjourned here.